I'm sorry. I got to take the plus 15.5 for the Saints.
Don't be surprised that the New England Patriots pull out a win against the Buffalo Bills.
Why they're going to win this game? Easy. It's going to be the Rams.
Must be nice.
Start spreading the news. It's Dougie Sports Talk. We're live on YouTube. We got Big Dave, we got Jimmy, and we got a special guest with us. Shane McKenna is joining us from Colorado. Shane, welcome to the show.
What is happening, Mr. Saravo?
Thank you for coming on, big guy.
Thanks, bro.
All right, so let's get started. Let's talk about the Denver Broncos. They defeated the Eagles after trailing 17-3. And Shane is in he's in a predicament because he's an Eagle fan living in Denver, Colorado.
Now, when I moved out here last year, I kind of went through Kansas City. And the goal was to get revenge on Kansas City for what they did to us 2 years ago. And it worked. It worked very well. I had to find out what they were doing to that field, and we were able to pull it off. We were able to beat the New England Patriots in the bowl back in 2018.
Of course, you're going to throw that in Dave's face.
Must be nice.
Must be nice. You guys would always shit on me for being an Eagles fan.
Well, you're an Eagles.
You listen, you Eagles fans, you get your Super Bowl championship, all right? You still look like a good team. But it seems like there's more brewing within that organization than, we see with A.J. Brown, saying that he's not getting the ball. Meanwhile, he's wide open. Even, it's the craziest part. Even Daboll said A.J. Brown is always open.
Now,
and you got Devontae Smith, who's now complaining as well. Supposedly, you guys had a meeting. The team had a meeting and discussed this and worked things through. But, you look at you're scoring points, but if you look at it, like the stats are down.
Yeah. What is it? The Eagles and the Broncos game had the same exact score as the Browns and the Vikings. It was 17-21.
Yeah, but you guys, this is my problem.
It was weird. I was like, what the, huh?
First of all, Saquon's on his Madden curse because he hasn't really done much this season.
Yeah, Saquon hasn't stepped up.
Too.
Yeah, I mean, he's not hurt. It's just he's not.
Yeah, but the
you're not
stats
going to get the same you're not going to get the same production you did last year of him.
You're not, but still, you expect him to at least get more. At least to be a top running back in the league.
When you're dealing with a different coordinator, I mean, I don't know.
And they've been hinting at Bo Nix being like the next up and coming. Like he'll take the Broncos back.
That's what I said earlier on the show, and everyone looked at me like I was delusional.
Yeah, they've been talking.
No, I'm not delusional, Dave. First of all, the Chargers lost 2 straight, and they're in a must-win game against Miami because that division, I think, could be wide open now.
Chargers game. That Chargers game was bad luck on their half. You had a helmet, a tip pass to the helmet that hit a helmet, and then they got intercepted. They just had a bad game in general.
We got the Thursday night game. Last Thursday was Rams and the 49ers. And the 49ers were able to pop over on top. Brock Purdy.
Oh, yeah. I heard it was going to be a blowout.
No,
it wasn't Brock Purdy. It was Mac Jones.
It was return of the Mac.
West. AFC or NFC West. So they have their rivals out there because I'm working with the 49ers fans out here. And these guys are – the 49ers fans are – They cause like an earthquake a little bit,
My thing is 49ers in general. I think it's time to say that we need to let Brock Purdy go and let Mac Jones take over.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I agree.
Because he's played better football than Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
Mr. Irrelevant is becoming Mr. Irrelevant.
Because 49ers fans, they've got a bit of a bark to them, but it's more of like an earthquake bark, how San Francisco is.
Shane, I get what you're saying, but I just feel like they travel that stadium in LA. You're always going to have the opposition there. You had a lot of Washington Commander fans there. You had a lot of Niner fans there. And it doesn't matter if it's the Rams or if it's the Chargers.
You still got a lot of Raiders fans on that side.
I was just going to say that.
The away team always shows up.
Yeah, because it's like the Midwest teams, basically the Chiefs were basically the Midwest team that was basically like the heaven for the Midwest. They were like, we're finally winning. We got it. We got it this time, you know?
Yeah. But I think a lot of the Midwest fans or the West Coast fans, I feel like a lot of them are still Raiders fans. And that's just because they're the older generation. As the young generation comes in, a lot of them are going to be Chiefs fans. And they're just going to be, sad going into the future because the Chiefs look like they're just falling apart.
Because it used to be Oakland, Oakland, California.
Yeah, and then they moved to Vegas. But I mean, you still got those old school Raiders fans.
Yeah, the old school Raiders.
So I want to get to the Vikings real quick because I feel like, everyone talks about Sam, everyone talks about JJ, everyone talks about Carson Wentz. But Dave, is it more of the system that Kevin O'Connell runs because Carson Wentz is looking like his old self?
Yeah, I mean, I think the coaching staff's really good over there. But how long is Carson Wentz going to be that good of a quarterback? For Vikings fans, it's always going to be, is JJ going to step up and be that quarterback for them? And unfortunately, he got hurt once again. So, I mean, being out all last season, coming this season, I don't think Carson Wentz is able to take them to a Super Bowl. I think he's gonna tire out sooner or later. I mean, he's been in the league a long time. It's the same thing we say about Aaron Rodgers. Sorry, Jimmy. But it's the truth. As an older quarterback, sooner or later, your legs are going to give out. The hits are going to take toll. That's why these young guys are in there so long. So if JJ can't stay healthy now, I don't know if the Viking fans should get excited right now.
All right, we got a call. We got Dean on the line. Dean, how are you today?
Good, man. How are we doing?
Pretty good. Thanks for calling the show. What's on your mind today?
How are those 49ers, baby? What a great W versus the Rams.
Yeah. Do you think it's Mac Jones that's carrying this team?
I don't know. I just think that they're all doing great. The front line, the running back, everybody, the coaches. They had a little trouble versus Jacksonville, but that's okay. We're still doing well this year. I think we have a good shot for the playoffs.
Do you think this is a team that could win a Super Bowl?
Absolutely. We almost beat the Chiefs a couple of years ago. We can do it again.
All right. Thank you for the call, Dean. Appreciate the support.
We came close to the Chiefs. We can definitely win. We can Super Bowl chance, baby.
Hey, you never know. All right. Thank you, Dean.
Must be nice.
Big Niners fan over there.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the Niners, are they still a good team? They just got to stay healthy. I mean, Kittle's been getting hurt once again. McCaffrey's shown that he's been hurt before. Purdy's now getting hurt. I think Mac Jones takes over that team, and he needs to step up, be the voice of that team, and take over. I think he needs to take that starting position from Purdy.
And then
I
Joe
think
Burrow
so.
on the Bengals is still out, right?
Yeah, thanks for reminding me.
Must be nice. Reminding Dougie of that.
Thanks for reminding me. Because, I feel like, Dave, I'm not here to attack you. I'm not here to bash you. Of course, I went at you with Mac Jones being your quarterback. I feel like he was just put in the wrong place at the wrong time. Because if we're looking at North Carolina, Bill Belichick is not really doing a good job over there.
I've said it once and I'll say it before. Mac Jones wasn't the problem. When he was over there, we had a lot of offensive line hurt. We had wide receivers that dropped the ball. We got wide receivers that couldn't get open. I don't blame it 100% on my Mac Jones. He did what he can over there. Obviously, Bill Belichick was coming towards the end of his career. A lot of people are saying, does he return to the NFL? No, I think he ruined his career by going to college and having a just trash, garbage season. So I think Belichick just needs to get his contract bought out, and he needs to retire with his young girlfriend somewhere.
Like 5:30.
We got John on the line. John, what's on your mind today?
What's up, Doug?
What's up, buddy? What's your question for the show?
With all the things going on with the Giants, what do you think? Do they have a chance against the Eagles tonight, or will it be the usual domination, including Saquon Barkley?
I think it could go either way, but I think it will be close. I think the Giants can cover. I just
Yeah,
don't think
the Giants. I don't think those Giants cover that spread. And the only reason I say that is because we've seen what the Eagles have done to them. And the Giants have lost a big piece in Malik Neighbors. So you don't have that star wide receiver anymore. Giants also have a horrible offensive line, which needs a lot of repair. We've seen that Eagles front line on the defensive side this season run through the offensive line of a couple teams. They might not be scoring points as much, but the pressure is going to be there. And you're going to expect to see Jackson Dart scramble a lot. And it's going to come down to where he's going to start forcing the ball again, trying to make plays. And that's what caused him to have the 2 forced interceptions last week. So I don't think the Giants are going to cover that spread against the Eagles tonight. I just think Giants fans have to, like as Doug does, look to the future. You got Jackson Dart there.
Yeah, I look to the
Work
future.
on that offensive line.
I know somebody's been saying it for the whole preseason and before that. I wonder whose offensive line is going to be bad. I wonder who called it.
It's
I
not
wonder.
as bad as you think.
It is.
It's pretty bad. If you had to replace your main quarterback Russell Wilson within week 4, that's pretty bad. That's telling me that the offensive line actually sucks. But let's throw a rookie in there just to be safe.
Russell Wilson is a system quarterback.
My thing is Jackson Dart
sucks.
looks like Daniel.
So that
Jones
proves
out
the
there.
point, Jimmy, that Russell Wilson needed Marshawn Lynch. He needed that great defense to win games. That proves the point.
I got a
talking
question.
about that.
Hold on. Is the caller still there?
Why? You want them to answer the question?
I want to know if this season goes downhill, do you fire Daboll? Do you ask for Daboll to be fired?
For me, all right, I'll tell him to hold on.
See if we can get him back on the line, because I want to know his take on this season with the offensive line still being horrible. Jackson Dart having to move around and make plays, the same as to me, Daniel Jones. Call him Daniel Jones 2.0, whatever it is.
But he's not like Daniel Jones. I mean, he is in similar ways, but all right, we'll see if we could get him.
Yeah, because to me, I don't think Daboll's doing a good job.
I don't know. He did a good job his first year.
Yeah, but after that, he just sucked. He sucked after that.
But my thing is, all right. As a head coach, right? You come in, you do good the first year.
Yeah.
Right. And then you slowly start declining, but you don't make the necessary moves to make the team better, which have been the offensive line. So look, even we got a comment from Mike Steiner. He says, yes, he's gone. You haven't improved the problems of your team.
So why do you blame the coach?
Because you're in charge of this.
Fire the GM.
What?
Fire the GM.
Yeah, but you don't think the coach has a say as well?
Here and there.
I've got to hold everybody responsible. All right. As a coach, you've been there for a long time. Even if the GM hasn't put any players, to make that line better, as a head coach, you should be making your players better as well. And you guys have that team has done nothing to make that offensive line better, nothing to help that quarterback in the backfield, nothing to help your running backs in the backfield.
But it's been going on for 10 years. That's the thing.
Exactly. And you keep putting a guy in there that has not made a change. Look at the Patriots. They brought Mike Vrabel over, and they're playing better football. The line's gotten better.
We got him back.
Huh?
We got him back.
You got what back?
So, John, we have a question for you.
Yeah.
If the Giants tank out, do you fire Brian Daboll?
I think you do. After his first good year, he hasn't been that great of a coach, even though a lot of these games have been close in the last 2 years, if you look at a lot of them.
See, I think that
Thank
as
you,
a head
John.
coach,
Yep.
you make that line better, and you haven't made any effort. Like it's looked exactly the same over and over.
They did the opposite with the Bengals did. They improved the defense, but didn't do nothing for the offense at all. So it's been like that for like the last 5 years and everything, and they have done nothing. The best time that offensive line was when Eli was there. That was when that offensive line was that good.
Oh, here's a hot take from
That is a
Michael
hot
Steiner.
take.
Pitt
Pitt
coach Tomlin will be available. Jimmy, you're the Steeler fan here. What are your thoughts on this? Give it to Mikey.
No, no, he won't. If the Steelers win the division this year, which right now it's looking like it because the way it's all set up, the Bengals are hurt, like the world's out. Uh, Browns are Browns, and the Ravens are at 1-4 and don't look like they could recover really. And the Steelers just keep winning, it's going to be out of reach, and Tomlin will still have his job.
Yeah,
Even if you go one and done.
Yeah, but don't you say to yourself like we haven't won a Super Bowl in years with the same coach? Yeah, we keep making the playoffs, but there's nothing has changed in the long run.
Well, let's see this year because now we have a competent quarterback that's not doing stupid things.
Wait, hold on with this, Jimmy Just.
He's not a competent quarterback.
No, hold on. I'm not talking about that. You say now we have a competent quarterback, but you had Ben Roethlisberger from
After
2000. But you had Ben Roethlisberger from 2010 through 2020. You only got 2 Super Bowls out of him.
And he still got us to the playoffs. He got us to 3 Super Bowls. What are you talking about?
Aaron Rodgers is probably going to get you to the playoffs. Russell Wilson got you to the playoffs last year. Kenny Pickett got you to the playoffs. Mason Rudolph got you to the playoffs.
Yeah, but I think Rodgers could get you to the next step. He's not because
I'm sorry, Rodgers is he's gonna fall apart sooner or later. His legs are gonna give out from underneath him. His arm's not gonna hold up. You're talking about 18 weeks of playoff football, 17, 18 weeks.
Well, we'll see. We'll see how he feels. It's all depend on him. If he could play good complementary football, if he could just do what he has to do, get it to his receivers and all that, they'll play fine. Because then the defense is going to do their job.
Man, towards the end of the season, he's gonna go into his dark room again and start ayahuasca.
That's what he does. But if he could listen,
my thing is you guys had Rudolph, Rodgers over there. You have so many quarterbacks that you guys went through, and you keep going through them. That as a head coach, why haven't you found that franchise guy yet?
because maybe all of them are just like waiting for the main one to come. Because who knows, what Murray might be out of Arizona next year. Bryce Young might be out of Carolina next year. All these guys might be out, or they just go draft one.
So
I don't
basically, what you're going to do is do an Angel Reese and get a rebound, right?
But that's all you guys been doing.
Yeah, but who knows? But who knows if that one will be right? It's like finding a ring, pretty much. It will be the right ring to fit.
I disagree with that. All right, so let's get into the game tonight before we get into Steiner's Corner for our buddy Michael Steiner. All right, so tonight, will Jalen Hurts have more passing yards or will Saquon Barkley have more rushing yards? Let's go to the Eagle fan himself. Shane, what do you think for tonight's game against my beloved New York Football Giants?
I think Jalen's going to have more passing yards.
Yeah?
I don't know. Yeah, I think so. But yeah, it's hard to tell. But yeah, or Barkley used to play for the Giants, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like, I don't know, because who's the one guy on the Giants that had the curly hair with it was like blonde?
OBJ?
Yeah. Beckham Jr.
Beckham Jr. That's what it was. Odell Beckham. Yeah. What was his thing where they kicked him off or something like that? He doesn't play for them anymore. Who does he play for now?
Well, they traded him away.
He's pretty much home.
Must be nice. He's a free agent. He's home and on his couch, just like
Yeah, but he's also suspended 6 games for some PED use or something.
Yeah, he did get suspended for that.
Yeah, but he should be done now. It's been 6 weeks.
He was like their QB for a while. Who was he? What was he? I was like Odell Beckham.
Wide receiver.
The wide receiver, yeah, because he was like basically like crapping on the Giants. Because I remember when I was growing up, my dad was basically just dominating because he was the Giants fan, I was the Eagles fan, and then finally we actually were able to take on the Patriots because we would get there and we would get so close to the playoffs, and then we would tank, we would get out.
Yeah, that's what the Steelers have been doing too.
Yeah, and it's like it got to the point where I was so angry with the Eagles, I was like, I don't care anymore. I don't care. And finally this year we actually pulled through and we actually got a second fucking ring. And we're actually up on the damn scoreboard. Because they did this with the Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City sucked for years. They only got in like the second or third Super Bowl back in the 60s. And then they got their boys
Franchise quarterback.
yeah, they're
Patty
they're
Mahomes and Travis Kelce matchup,
Patrick
Mhm.
Mahomes,
and let's
Travis
not
Kelce.
forget Tyreek Hill.
Yes, they got
And Coach
all
Reed.
those three amigos, and they were able to do what the Patriots did within a couple years. And then we finally took them down, and we were able to get. This is why I like the Eagles, because we took down the Patriots at their prime, and we took down the Chiefs at their prime.
Yeah, I feel like the Chiefs are done. I know we always say this, but this is an important game for them against the Lions.
They lost to the Jaguars. Like the Jaguars, like what is that? Like who's heard of the Jaguars in a while? You know, taking down the Kansas City.
They're the real deal, I think. We talked about it last week.
Yeah, it's like I just like I got so tired of just watching these franchise teams just dominate, get in. And the cool thing is, I like the Broncos because
Oh, so you got two teams too?
yeah, I got two teams as well because the Broncos had John Elway back in the day, and they had Peyton Manning they took from the Colts, and Peyton Manning took them to the bowl too. And Broncos, they got at least a couple rings too under their belts. You know, it's like they're fucking. That's a good ass fucking team. You know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like yeah, and like so I had another guy. He's like he's an AFC team, and you have an NFC team.
Yeah.
That's
All right, Dave, what do we think? Do we think Jalen Hurts will have more passing yards or Barkley more rushing yards?
I think this game, Jalen Hurts probably going to have more passing yards. Last time, those guys got together and had to talk. They did pass the ball more, so you could probably see him passing a lot more today. Saquon's probably still going to get his touchdowns. I don't see him not, but he's been having a slow start to the season. So I think as it gets on, the Eagles might get better. But for right now, they're still working a few things. But I think Jalen Hurts finally breaks that, 250 mark.
I think so, too, because when I'm watching the Giants, it's not so much our run defense that has been having issues. Our safeties, our cornerbacks, they haven't been playing good. And you look at that Dallas game, it was Dak that got them back into that game. So, and penalties too, but I'm not worried about Abdul Carter. I'm not worried about Sexy Dexy. I'm not worried about Kayvon Thibodeau. I'm more worried for tonight's game. Like, I think we'll stop Barkley. I have no problem. I think we could stop Barkley.
I don't think Barkley does the same thing twice to you guys.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
And I think a lot of people are expecting Barkley to go off once again against the Giants, that they change it up and they start passing the ball a lot more.
Yeah, so I'm honestly going with the more passing yards from Jalen Hurts, only because he's due for a game like that. And the way our secondary, the way our safety's been playing, I think he could have a field day. But like I said, I think it's going to be a close game, like maybe 27-20. I don't see it being a dominant blowout win.
Yeah. Jimmy
Well,
Just?
like Dave always says, at a rivalry game, it's either a close game or it's a blowout. But
So-
I would say this. I want to say Barkley might go off again, but I think every time they always have a talk after nobody's getting the ball, they usually start passing a lot more and leave
Yeah.
Barkley in the
Well,
dust.
we saw it at the beginning of the season when AJ Brown was complaining about it. And then the next week, what did he do? He had a bunch of receiving yards and they
Mhm.
went off passing the ball. So I
Yeah.
think now you got AJ Brown and Devontae Smith both complaining about it. Expect them both to move the ball around.
All right, so before we get into Steiner's Corners, boys, for our boy Mikey Steiner, Dallas is still technically alive in that division, that wild card race. Are they a real or are they a fake playoff team, Dave?
I think they're still a real playoff team, but I don't think they're a Super Bowl team. Now, they still can score points, obviously. Dak Prescott, I think he's still like top 5 in passing yards this season. So they're still playing good football. It's just, for some reason, towards the end of the season, they just crumble. They just fall apart and they can't close out the season. And then now they've lost Michael Parsons on the defensive end. You know, you're going to let up a lot more plays without him being there because he was an impact on that defense. So with them, they still have CeeDee Lamb. They never really had running backs. I mean, Zeke was there for a year or two where he did good, and then after that, it was never good. But they've always made the playoffs. So expect them to still make the playoffs, but not win a Super Bowl for them. I think Dak, sooner or later, they're going to give up on him, and they're going to push to a new quarterback.
I agree. All right, so let's get the lines in the spread for tonight. Well, I know the Giants and Eagles are 7.5.
Yes.
Broncos, Jets, Denver's -6.5. Cardinals, Colts, -7.5. Colts. Chargers, Dolphins, Chargers -3.5. Patriots, Saints, Patriots -3.5. Browns, Steelers, Steelers -5.5. Dallas -3.5 against the Panthers. Seahawks, Jaguars. Seahawks are -1.5. Ravens -7.5 against the Ravens. Rams against the Ravens. Titans, Raiders. Vegas -3.5. Bengals, Packers -14.5. Packers. 49ers, Buccaneers. Tampa Bay -3.5. Sunday night, Lions, Chiefs. Kansas City -1.5. And again, they're doing the BS that I hate. 2 Monday Night Football games. I guess this is every other week now?
This. Yeah, this is the second time that they've done 2 Monday night games. And I absolutely hate this 2 Monday night games. You're playing 2 Monday night games. You got to focus, on who's playing what, and they're going to overlap each other.
Mm-hmm. Like an hour difference, probably.
You got 2 primetime games. Like let's put the 1 primetime game. Let's put some more games back on the 4 because the 4 o'clock scheme is what, like 3 or 4 games all the time.
You got a 4:05, and then you have 2 4:25. Yeah,
and then we got 4:05, 2 4:25s. Meanwhile, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 1 o'clock games, and then we got the London game, right?
Yeah, 9:30.
9:30, which is fine.
I'd even do a 6 o'clock game.
Seven 1 o'clock games, but only 3 4 o'clock games.
Yeah, I would put at least 1 or 2 more in that 4 o'clock spot, or
that
even
4 o'clock spot.
Monday. Yeah,
do a 6 o'clock.
Even at that.
Well, that'll enter into the 8 o'clock game, so I don't think they want to do that.
Yeah, you would run into prime Sunday night football, which is
that's a good.
The holy grail of football.
All right, so Bills and Falcons. Bills are -4.5. Commanders are -4.5 against the Bears. Let's start with Jimmy.
I don't know why I'm liking, because Raiders been sucking this entire time. I'm liking Tennessee with the 3.5. I'm liking them. They look. I mean, they came from behind, but they came back and won that game off of some fluky shit. Now they got confidence going through the next game. They're playing the Raiders.
All right, Mike.
Surprise.
Eagles and Giants. If I'm answering your question right, Eagles and Giants. The Eagles are -7.5. They're the favorite. Broncos, Jets. Broncos are the favorite at -6.5. If that's the question.
Yeah. So Jimmy's taking who was it?
I'm taking Tennessee with 3.5.
Tennessee plus 3.5.
Tennessee plus 3.5. Okay, Dave, what do you got?
It's going to be a tough one. This week, Let's see if I keep the streak going. I'm actually liking the Cardinals plus 7.5. I think
Cardinals
it's
plus
too much of a spread for the Cardinals because they always keep a tight game. Yes, the Colts have played real good football, but the way Kyler Murray's over there, I think it's going to be a lot closer. I'll take the plus 7.5 Cardinals.
All right, you're going with the Cardinals. Ooh, okay. All right, so for Steiner's Corner triple parlay, I think the Giants could cover tonight. I really do. But, okay. But I want to keep the streak going. All right, so the Giants are on Prime TV. Broncos, Jets, NFL Network.
See, I thought you were going to take, go back with my team. I don't bet on my team, but the Patriots are minus 3.5 against the Saints.
I know.
Well, is it in New Orleans? Or
It's in New Orleans.
It's in New Orleans.
I honestly would take the Patriots 3.5. Honestly, I think they did a better team. They have a better defense than everybody expected, and their offense is looking better. If Diggs plays like that against the Bills, there'll be no problem against the Saints.
Yeah.
And then Lions, Chiefs for the NBC game of the night. Game of the week on Fox, I think it's Titans, Raiders, or maybe Bengals, Packers on CBS.
I think Bengals Packers, honestly.
The Packers are minus 14.5.
I could see.
I think the Bengals could cover that too.
I don't know about that. I
Only
think they're
because Joe Flacco's playing, and you never know. So I like a lot, but I really want to keep this streak going.
I'm going to say this. Joe Flacco's over there, and he's beaten the Packers once this season.
He did.
Oh, my God, he did.
He can beat them twice on two different teams if he does.
And that's never happened before.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, that would be funny if that actually happens.
So I feel like the Chargers have been struggling a lot lately against the Giants and the Commanders, and the Dolphins are desperate for a win. So I kind of like Miami at -3. I like Miami at the -3.5 spread. I think they cover the 3 points. I'm going with Miami this weekend.
Miami. So let's put this in. Hold on.
For the triple play parlay.
We got Titans plus 3.5.
Yep.
All right. Then we got
Arizona plus 7.5.
Cardinals. Yep, plus 7.5. I'm not fast enough to type this.
No, you're good.
Oh, that's right. Dave has access to my stuff.
Yep.
It's plus 7.5.
Okay.
And the last one was who?
Miami 3.5.
Miami plus 3.5. All right, Shane fell asleep, so I'm going to close him out.
He's muted.
But Miami plus 3.5. That's the triple play.
Shane, thank you for joining us today. I see you passed out.
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
We've hit.
Right, good night,
by the way, last week we did hit the triple parlay.
Yeah, we did.
So me being 2-0, you guys being 1-1, right?
Yeah.
So let's hope we can keep going this streak alive.
I think we can.
You know what? Let's put it in, bro. Let's lock this in.
Wait, you actually want to bet it?
Yeah, why not? If we're giving it out, we might as well bet it.
Yo, all right, so are you going to go on your app or are we going on Caesars?
I'm going on FanDuel.
Put it in, buddy.
Let's see what the odds are if we parlay them.
Put it in.
Go down. We've got Cardinals plus 7.5. We have Miami. Actually, Miami odds jumped, so you got plus 4.5 now.
All right.
Might be better, honestly.
And then you got Titans. The Titans odds jumped as well. They're plus 4.5 against the Raiders.
So it's gonna be more money then because the way it's jumping.
I like it.
So, quick $10 will give a $55 payout.
Not bad. Dougie gets $55.
So it'd be what, $65 after that.
Yeah, because what's your interest?
So 55.
That's like $10 each.
Close to 15.
55. It's about $18.
Yeah.
Not bad. Dave, you want me to
I
cash
mean,
out
if you
you?
want, we all put $5 in. We'll put $15. Payouts $83. Divide that by 3. That's $27 that we win,
That's
I'm
not
up
bad.
for it.
and then we can roll that over to the next one.
Yeah, I like it. I like Steiner's Corner.
So we'll get that in. Everybody's good with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm good with $5 each.
All right, we'll put that in. Let's go custom.
Again, if you're just joining us, this is the Doug Survival Show. You could contact us at 609-244-6726. That's the show number. Or if you have my personal number, you could call that. I'm not putting that online. Email us at DougSurvivalShow@gmail.com or send us comments via Facebook or YouTube. Dave, you put it in?
The bet is in. So after the bet was put in, the payout is $98.15. That'll leave about almost $33 person.
So $30
Not
each.
bad.
Yeah, about $30 each, and then we
That's
could
not
take the
bad.
rest of the change and use that to roll over to the following week.
Dave.
Steiner, that was too late for me.
Well, you can't just cash out and then
Let me see. I'll cash out and I'll redo it. Let's do
Yeah,
this.
yeah, yeah. Just put that. So then it'll be 20.
Yeah. Cash out the 15.
So at least it'll be maybe close to 40 each then.
Yeah.
That's not bad. And then I could always give it
And
to
we
you
use
Sunday.
the selections.
I think I like these parlays that we're doing Steiner's Corner. They're pretty fun and entertaining. We pulled out last week.
I mean, me and Dave were locks. I think you were the only one that I did question a little bit with the Jaguars, but I don't know. I had a little faith in the Jaguars because they were playing good, especially against San Fran.
Yeah, it came out to the end, but I pulled through.
Well, you mean he was stumbling like a newborn deer?
Yeah,
All right,
he
we're in.
jumped in. All right, yeah,
$20
Big Dave.
comes out to 130.87.
And I buy 4.
Yep, 32, about the same price. It's gonna be the same thing. $32.
Yeah, because it's more people now. All right, cool.
Not bad.
Must be
Steiner's
nice.
Corner, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies
and gentlemen.
Lady and gentlemen.
All right, so as always, before we wrap up, we always have our 3 final hot takes or whatever we do predictions. So we're going to start with, as always,
Must
Big
be
Dave.
nice. Hot take on this week. It's gonna be a tough one. If I had to pick one, the game to watch, I think the game to look for this week is gonna be once again the Patriots playing the Saints. I think they're still gonna come out. They're still gonna steamroll them. I think they're getting better and better as the season goes on. So just keep watching those Patriots. And like I said, they're playoff bound, whether it's wild card or whether it's a division. They should have been 4-1. You know, Jimmy's team got lucky, a couple fumbles, couple interceptions. But
Was it lucky when your team strapping balls into our hands?
listen,
I
it is what it
can't
is.
help that.
Yeah.
Can't help
Yeah.
that freaking what's his name? Stevenson and Gibson's been dropping balls. Not my fault.
Well, Gibson's out for the season. You know what? I've said this, and people are going to be like, oh, you're a Patriots fan. Of course, you're going to say that. But don't be surprised if Alvin Kamara gets traded to the New England Patriots.
I actually was
Ooh.
saying that to somebody too, because like they're gonna sooner or later, because they're probably gonna fire their head coach sooner or later, and I think they're gonna just give all the veterans away to rebuild that whole team.
Yeah, and if he
So,
comes over to New England, he's definitely gonna be a threat, and it's gonna be well worth it for him because New England does like doing those dump passes into the flat, to the tight end. And if you bring him over, it's just gonna be even better of a team with Travion Henderson and him going there.
So this ain't football related, but Mikey wants to know, are the Phillies going to Game 5? Dan has tickets this Saturday for the game.
are they playing tonight? The Dodgers?
I believe so, yeah.
I think it might be over.
Yeah, I think it's over, Mike.
Yeah, I think it's over for them too.
Yeah, it just like what Doug was saying about the Yankees. They're gonna win one game and that's it.
Yeah, and they got Glasnow pitching tonight, so
The former Tampa Bay Ray.
yeah.
Yeah, and they're probably gonna be looking to win one game at home because they just got to put it away at this point.
Yeah. They definitely want to put this game away behind them.
'Cause
So
if it goes
I
back,
think they're done.
if it goes back to Philly, we might be saying a different thing.
Possibly.
Yeah. Playing in LA, you got Glasnow on the mound. I think it's over there, and they don't come back to Philly.
Yeah.
I wonder how that works. Did you just get a refund if they don't win?
You get credit, and then you could use that. You could use like StubHub or SeatGeek credit towards another game.
Oh, like
All right,
any
well,
game
he'll
now.
have credit. Sorry,
He'll have
Dan, but you'll have credit.
We'll see tomorrow. I'll ask him tomorrow. Like, hey, you got credit?
Yeah, you guys go up to him and ask him that.
We should.
Yeah.
Jimmy, what's your hot take?
My hot take. Let me see. Don't be surprised if we see in a couple weeks that Dable gets fired. That's my hot take.
I like it.
I think because they gotta play the Eagles twice in 3 weeks.
I like that.
The way their schedule is going, I think they're gonna just hit the reset button sooner or later.
Yeah, because I mean they're playing the Eagles tonight. They play the Broncos right after that, and then they play the Eagles again.
Yeah, that's 3 hard games that you gotta play against, and they're all playoff like those two teams are playoff contender.
And you still got the 49ers who are 4-1, and they're playing better with Mac Jones.
Yeah, and then you gotta play like even their whole thing. They have to play like they gotta play the Raiders. They could probably beat.
But yeah, but you look at their schedule. They got one of the hardest schedules this season.
Our hardest schedule.
They got coming up. They got the Eagles, the Broncos, the Eagles again, the 49ers, the Bears, the Packers, the Lions, the Patriots, the Commanders, the Vikings. Then they end the season with the Raiders and the Cowboys.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's like
And you've
hard.
lost Malik Neighbors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can only run the ball so much with Scatterbo.
I love that guy.
You can run the ball so much with him, and when you have to start passing, especially against Philly, that's not going to let you run that much.
Yeah.
All right, so this is my hot take, boys. So I'm looking at the Panthers, the Carolina Panthers. I feel like they could beat Dallas. And the reason why I say that is because the Panthers may be 2-3, but their record compared to home to the road is a big difference. They're 2-0 on home turf, 0-3 on the road. So I feel like if they're 3-3, they could be right in it to go on a winning streak and have momentum. So I feel like the Panthers, they're close. They're just not there yet. That's my first hot take for the week. I'm looking at, honestly, Tampa and San Francisco. I think the Niners could win this game because they are 3-0 on the road, 4-1 on the road, 4-1 overall. Tongue twister. The Buccaneers are 4-1, but they're only 1-1 on home turf. So a lot of teams are playing consistently, inconsistently football this year.
My thing is that Tampa Bay has looked shaky because of injuries. They've been getting a lot better as the season's gone on. Like Buka stepped up real big this season. Was it Godwin's coming back from injury? So
Godwin back.
That's what I'm saying. He's coming back from this injury, so expect him to get better as the season's going on. And they're gonna have more and more weapons. So they're just, they're still trying to figure some things out. But I think Tampa Bay is still gonna be a good football team. And as for the Panthers, I don't think the Panthers are gonna win, only because the fact that the Cowboys are still gonna rush the quarterback. And we know Bryce Young is horrible when he comes from moving out the pocket and throwing that ball. And Dallas is known for picking off a lot of quarterbacks. So I think Bryce Young he's going to have a horrible game against the Cowboys. I think he's probably going to go at least throw one interception. He's probably going to be sacked at least 2 times, 3 times in that game. It's just the way he is in that backfield. He forces the ball too much.
Mm-hmm.
I could see it going either way. I thought it was interesting how some teams are doing good on home turf and they suck on the road.
Said it at the beginning of the season. This season's going to be a weird season when I said that the Ravens weren't going to make the playoffs, and look at them now.
Yeah. 1-4, big game against the Rams. So
imagine that team towards the end of the season. That'd be the one team I don't think nobody wants to face.
Who?
Once the Ravens, if they get healthy towards the end of the season.
Yeah, but the problem is
they already lost too much.
From now until Lamar comes back, how much could they actually win?
Well, they have to. So after this game, they're on a bye week, and I think Lamar's back.
Yeah, and then they face the Bears.
They could beat the Bears. That would be a big shootout, but they could beat the Bears.
But the question is Lamar going to be back?
We'll find out. Tune in next week
on Dougie's Sports Talk.
But
must be nice.
All right, boys, as always, this is a great show. Thank you for coming on. Thank you to Shane for making a guest appearance. I don't think I'm going to have him on a sports show ever again.
Yeah, he was falling asleep and picking his teeth, bro.
Yeah, come on.
You might have to like blacklist him.
As always,
he had just got out of work and he was tired.
Yeah, he was probably shot. As always, we had Big Dave, unsolicited role models.
Role models you may not want, but you may just need.
We got Jimmy Drust. Never trust the Drust because we had Echo the whole show. The first show we did.
I figured it out. That's all that matters.
Must be nice.
Don't talk to me, Mr. No Audio.
That was 2 years ago.
Don't matter.
As always, you have your boy, the president and founder of Saravo Broadcasting and the Doug Saravo Show. We'll see everybody next time. Same time next week, Jimmy, 4 p.m., just so you know.
All right, that's good. Now I know.
All right, see everybody next time.